Yep, I'm an idiot.
Well, guys, I broke the new skid loader. Yep, me, broke it. It was stupid, got it stuck, and broke it all in the same day, same time. Not my finest moment. So I decided to borrow Lance's skid loader. It's 100% his. I know it's been on the channel. We got the dump truck's mine, skid loader's his. Decided to borrow it because the driveway at my rental property is completely like washed out. We've gotten 13 inches of snow plus another 3 inches of rain was coming, and the whole thing was just a mud pit. So I wanted to get a couple loads of shale. I was having a guy drop some off. Was supposed to be here at like 11 o'clock Wednesday morning, and I went over that morning and got the skid loader, which shouldn't be a problem. And then in the afternoon, I was going to go shoot a video with the rebuild Silverado and have that done by the evening. This wasn't going to take that long. It wasn't that big of a project. And one of the reasons why I'm doing it this way is because I didn't video anything of the actual like spreading or any of the things that I was planning on doing because it wasn't that exciting and it wasn't even supposed to be a big project. I wish I would have now because it would complete the story a little bit better than me just talking. But what happened is I was supposed to get 3 loads of shale dumped at the driveway, and I was going to spread them with a skid loader. The shale was supposed to be here at 11 o'clock, and the guy who's a good friend, not his fault, everybody's running behind, he was just running a little bit behind. So it wasn't here at 11, so I did a couple other things, and I thought like around like 2 in the afternoon, okay, I'm going to take the skid loader out, I got it here, I might as well do other things to clean up my property. One of those things is the place where you've seen us go off-roading with the Blazer that I'm talking at right now, and had some fun with during the summer. There was a big pile of logs in the middle of one of the trails, so I thought I'm going to move those pile of logs. Well, we had a bunch of rain and a bunch of snow, and I got it super stuck. There were some logs that I kind of high centered it. It was not my finest moment, but there was some snow down on the ground. Lance had said that I was probably going to get stuck if I went down there, and I didn't listen, so that's not great. And so my own stupid fault for getting it stuck. But I almost had it out, and this is now, I took it out at like 2, I got stuck in like the first 15 or 20 minutes, and I'm by myself, and I'm trying to get this thing unstuck. I'm using a tow strap, a come along, a bunch of different stuff to try to get it out, and I'm getting really close, and my Harbor Freight come along broke, which is to be expected on an 8,000-pound skid loader. So I decided to use the bucket to get myself out because the come along had got it close enough that I thought maybe I could if I pushed it with the bucket. It was too stuck at first to do that. And so I put the bucket down, and all of a sudden all the controls stopped working. Except for front and drive, right side tires, left side tires, those would all work. But the bucket, all the controls for it, stopped working completely. And so I went into like a little bit of a troubleshooting mode, and I thought maybe restarting it, doing all the different stuff. It seemed like some sort of safety issue or an electronic or broken wire or something. Who knows? But it's like now almost 5 o'clock. And because I was smart, but it turned out to be stupid, I had the guy who was delivering shale, which had started to be delivered while I got this stuck, drop a load of shale directly in the center of the driveway. So now no one can get in or out of the driveway. So it's become a problem. I run down to him, tell him that he should just bring over his backhoe and spread his stuff the next day, and he was able to do that even on Christmas Eve, which was a huge help to me because people couldn't get up and down the road. So I go back down to the skid loader and start flipping around fuses, checking them all, relays, all that different stuff. Nothing fixes it, except for what did happen is now the skid loader will just start up and shut right back off. Which it didn't do originally with all of this. So there's some wiring or some sort of safety issue somewhere, but now my skid loader, Lance's skid loader, more importantly, is stuck in the middle of the woods with the bucket holding the front end up in like the worst position possible. So we don't have anything here that's going to tow this out, especially down a hill. So that's where the video that I'm about to show you picks up. Starts, but just shuts right back off again. It's doing the same thing, so. You just drive over? Yeah, I don't know. I think the backhoe is over this way. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, that bucket wasn't down, that'd be a lot nicer. I mean, the nice thing is right there, it'll come out on its own, I think.
Power-wise, yeah, but we can't get it right.
Yeah.
It'd be much nicer to work on the driveway. Like, if he gets to where he can drive and pull,
Yeah.
like, let's do it a little bit more, he should just pull it the whole way to the driveway.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Probably the tractor world, there's probably some joke here.
Yeah.
Something about like a John Deere rescue case or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about them.
I don't like John Deere.
Yeah. Well, nothing runs like them. Doing a little. Almost.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, what the heck? Yeah. It shouldn't be this wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole feet is straightened out down here.
Yeah. Oh, the Blazer will go through that like a champ. Oh, the Blazer doesn't get stuck, except for the times when it gets stuck. But otherwise, it doesn't.
Another thing, if that bucket was flat, it would help me. I know. It's getting it in flat. That's what's happening. Yeah, we're bringing a whole bunch of stuff with us. Do you play the seat sensor wire at all?
Not really. I mean, I played with. I mean, I really do think it, because it flashes with the seatbelt light sometimes, and then it goes off, and then it comes back on. I mean, it's one of those sensors. But the issue is you have to. I think to get to most of them, you got to flip the cab.
What is this?
It's a hood, I think, for something.
Oh, I recognize it.
Or I don't know. Hopefully people are watching the ads in today's video. That way I can afford.
Spencer needs to replace.
Yeah.
I drove up your driveway once.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to go. Right?
Yeah, we can move the trailer even or whatever up there.
You're messing your driveway.
That's all right.
I'll move the trailer.
All right. That's perfect. Oh man, you're a lifesaver. You're a lifesaver. Thank you. We got the backhoe or the skid steer back. Thought I'd give you a little bit of an explanation of what happened here a little bit better. Anyways, by the way, we tried it with the Harbor Freight come along. It's supposed to do 8,000 pounds, and that broke immediately. And then I have a trail here, and I thought it'd be a good idea. We had the land timbered recently, and they put a huge pile right in the middle of my trail, which I come down here and take the Blazer off-roading and stuff. So I was like, I want to get rid of this stuff. And I even came down and I turned around and stuff, and it seemed to be okay. It was wet from all the snow. And then I ran over this log right here, and then this log, which I cut
was on the other side, and it was just the wheels were right in between the two, and that was the end of that. So dug huge holes down in, made everything a whole lot worse. And then I grabbed the come along and I tried to go to a tree up there because there's no good trees anywhere. Couldn't do anything that way, so I was like, well, if I slide it sideways here, it should spin around, and then I can go back and forth, and hopefully pop up over one of these logs, so I wouldn't be fighting with the one in front. So that was the goal. Didn't work out, and then the skid steer just broke. Just a little bit more. Good, good. Okay, so with the skid loader now in the dry at least a little bit here of our carport, Lanson is in there troubleshooting. And I know I already kind of went through the story here and the bucket stopped working, but then after that it decided that it only wanted to start up and shut right back down. And I think it's one of the safety things, either seat belt, lap bar, or what's the other one? There's three safety things. Seat belt, lap bar, parking brake. I don't know.
Cab.
Oh, the cab sensors. That's what it is. The tilt for the cab. Those sensors. So it's something we believe with one of those. Everything that we can tell. Like I said, it started with the bucket first, and then the actual engine just shuts off and starts, you know, as soon as you turn the key. You can hold the key on, so for some reason that switch isn't holding the hot wire.
Okay, I was just going to say, there's something going on, because these three lights in here will just flicker for a second. Like, when I turn on the switch...
Oh, I've never seen them make any...
And, like, right now they haven't flickered yet. But it seemed like as I moved around, and I can't quite replicate, I was hoping maybe it was the cab, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what
bouncing.
You know what probably broke it?
What?
When you did your sick tricks.
I don't think so, because I used it right after that.
Well, that loosened it, and then I had it happen. Yeah, I know. There's some stuff like that you press, and then you think that it did something, but it didn't.
Why did it stop?
I don't know. Sometimes it stops beeping. What is that, the one that is lit up in there? Is that for hydraulic fluid?
It's for this release.
No.
What? Oh, the one that's lit up? I don't know. It's a fish bowl with a water drop in it.
Yeah, I think that's for hydraulic fluid, but I filled
it. The fluid symbol is in the back. On that
it looks like that, kind of. It's a little different, but it's similar. I filled it up with hydraulic fluid last night, though, and that didn't seem to help.
Actually, legit.
Those wires right there are making it.
That will make things work for a second and not for a second. These wires right here.
Okay.
Some of this connection. I don't know if we should pull it apart and clean it, or...
Well, play with it and see if it'll stay running.
This legit does change things then. This orange light is on here for the hydraulic thing, and as I play with this, it's right there off, completely off. And as soon as I let it back down, lit up
back
again.
on. So something's loose.
So something is loose in this connection right here. So I think we should probably start there, just to take it apart, fix it, get a good connection.
All right, and then welcome back to the garage. You can see that we got it into the carport on the other side of my house from the garage and started to do a little bit of troubleshooting. For some reason, like I said, it starts up, it shuts right back off. I don't know what the deal is. We got to tip the cab up probably to get into all the wiring. You can't get into hardly anything on the machine without tipping the cab up. And there's probably some relief valve somewhere to, you know, take the pressure off of all the hydraulics, but we just ended up cracking the lines and letting it drop down because you have to have the bucket down or up, one of the two, to get the cab to flip. You can't do it when it's halfway up like it was in the video. So we got that done, and that's kind of where we're at right now. But this was not the plan I had for videos, and it's really actually been really inconvenient because we need the skid loader to do the video of installing the engine and stuff on a Silverado because we can't do it with the engine hoist that we have. There's probably some other way, but that's what we're going to use. That's the easiest. So now I got a broken down skid loader. I had to pay the extra to have the shell spread, which is fine. That's not a big deal. But definitely was not the way I wanted to spend Christmas Eve, especially with the just torrential downpour that we were out there in. But huge thank you to our friend who came out with the backhoe and got it unstuck, because he definitely did not have to do that at all. But it was more than nice enough to do it. So that's kind of where we are. Just want to give you guys a little bit of update of why we weren't working more on the Silverado and getting some other stuff done. It's because last week really was a terrible day. Oh, and then just to top off the day where it all got stuck, I go over to Lance's. He was having an issue with his Cadillac. He has Cadillac SRX, which you guys really don't see on the channel other than maybe in the background. And he was having a issue with the brakes. And he's like, hey, come take a listen to this while we go, on a quick little ride. And he got in, pushed the start button, and the timing jumped, which is completely normal on Cadillacs because all those engines are terrible. But yeah, that happened same day. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully all my talking in this video wasn't too boring, but wanted to give you guys at least something for this week. And we'll be back to it. We just got to figure out what these problems are. I'll give you an update as soon as we have anything on that. So I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, and hopefully I'll put out something else before the new year here. All right, have a great week, guys.